EA Sports and the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we've been around for a minute, as the kids like to say. I called your games. There are guys who you played with back in your day who are now the veteran players in the league, and we got a couple of veterans here at quarterback. What a difference it makes for a team when they come in with a guy who knows what he's doing back at quarterback.
Oh, and it really does. And remember,
the veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. Pierre Strong on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the former #1 overall pick back in the 2015 draft, former Heisman winner as well, Jameis Winston.
he's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times. He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you. So he needs to bounce back this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. From the gun, Winston. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Steelers led out by their quarterback, Russell Wilson. Still strange to not see him in a Seattle uniform where he was for a decade, couple of years with the Broncos. And now Greg, the 9-time Pro Bowler, year 1 in Pittsburgh.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, he's going to be a hard group to beat.
Wilson lines up in the pistol. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and it results in a negative play.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. On play action, Winston. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down. To throw, here's Winston. Now he takes off.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Out of the gun, it's Winston. He'll try to run for it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Dante Jackson that time, in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Chubb. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
On the handoff, this is Chubb. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Winston.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. George Pickens and the Steelers offense heading back onto the field. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. Now the veteran, it's Cordero Patterson. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. They face 2nd down and 7. Give up the middle to Harris. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. They go play action now. Wilson, he'll let this one go long for Williams. And he will go all the way. Mike Williams, touchdown Steelers. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Winston will work out of the pistol. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Jameis. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Here's Jameis. That's into the hands of Moore. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Steelers offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Still, a lot can happen between now and the end of the season, but the cream is starting to rise to the top as you look across the NFL. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Winston to throw. A pass taken in by Harris. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll get that one to Patterson, complete. He's going to have that 1st down, gain of 6 as they convert on 3rd down. They run it over center with Harris. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. That's Greg Newsome in to make the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Harris. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is going to be knocked away. Incomplete. And with that, time has expired here in the opening quarter. Here's Corliss Waitman now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Browns offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Now Winston. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up 1st downs without getting the 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
And he'll get forward for about a yard. Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Winston. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Here's Corey Bojorquez now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll give it to Harris again. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Jameis. That's complete. Some more on the right side. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Winston to throw on 1st down. On throw, right side, taken by Njoku.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
That's the big tight end, Jordan Akins.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss. The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
A pickup of 12 yards. It's a Browns 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Quick throw taken in by Judy.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team. To throw is Winston. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. A second down throw for Winston. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Jameis Winston. Touchdown, Cleveland. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns are on top. It's now 10-7. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Patterson. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 9. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And they will finally catch up to him and get him down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Throwing again. Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Patterson.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just...
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Now on fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will tie this game up here late in the first half.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
He fields it at the 8. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. We'll go play action. It's Winston. We'll go right back to Njoku. He's got it again. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Cleveland. From the gun, Winston. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Browns.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. Patterson now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Throwing is Wilson. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Now Russ. Now he'll air one out. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. Throwing left side. And it's taken in by Williams. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. They'll spot this at their own 48, meaning this is a 62-yard attempt. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Browns are on top. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Patterson now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, Hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down. Steelers getting ready to put this one away, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This brought him out past the 20, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return, and that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense and Jameis Winston getting set to go to work again. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Chubb. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Micah Fitzpatrick up to make the stop. 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Chubb. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. 3rd and a yard. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the play off on 3rd and short.
Still 3rd down.
So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Winston. And he's not going to get away. They track him down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They go play action with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 17 yards on that play. That's a Steeler first down.
I love the call here on 3rd and inches. Everyone, when they're looking at the running back, is anticipating you handing him the ball. He can get lost sometimes in the passing game and in the structure of the concept. In this case, the quarterback's able to find him open, and he's able to move the chains.
On the handoff, it's Harris. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now he'll run it. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. That's to the big tight end, Freiermuth.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, see some openings to the sideline,
and he will get into the end zone. Mike Williams, touchdown Pittsburgh. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Nick Chubb and the rest of the Browns offense set to take over again. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. To throw, here's Winston. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A 2nd down throw for Jameis. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Winston. And that is incomplete.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
The home team's offense, and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. A pass taken in by Harris. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick 1st down. A give, and here comes Harris. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. Here's 2nd and 2. Play action. It's Wilson. No chance at all. He'll go down.
Both sides now going back and forth, trading blows. After a nice pickup and a handful of yards, the defense responds with a big sack. Now brings up 3rd and medium, and let's see if they decide to go back on the ground or keep it in the air.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
They'll pick up 23 on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is first down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early first down completion.
He is in. Najee Harris. Touchdown Steelers.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll run right here with Chubb. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1 with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle. On play action, Winston. This one caught by Akins.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down. And it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle's made at about the 38-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On first down, it's Winston. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Winston looking to throw. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Winston. That one on target to Moore. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing, Jameis. On the quick slant, that's Judy.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Quick throw taken in by Judy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll try and get there on the ground.
4th and short, initially, you could tell he's just trying to get this ball out of his hand quickly, just enough to move the chains. Defense did a good job taking his reads away, so he turns into a runner, puts his head down, picks up the 1st down, and keeps this drive alive.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down. They'll run. Comes Dustin Hopkins in a pressure situation. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And they'll bring them down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
This one grabbed by Austin.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Trying to drive his way forward. I think he is short, and he is. That means 4th down coming up.
That's really well done defensively, Mike. The key to these situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, bring them down. That's exactly what they do. No gain, 4th down.
And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll run here. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down. To throw is Winston. Backs to the open man. It's Tillman. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. From the gun, Winston. That one complete to Moore. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Out of the gun, it's Winston. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
On 1st and 10, here's Winston. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jameis. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder. The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space, so when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And he's going to go down. The pressure once again too much, and that should wrap this one up.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the give, it's Harris. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second, as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. And it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down forthcoming. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is hard. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.